Come on, baby. Curtis Gaines pulled back on the stick and cleared the trees at the end of his dirt runway. Despite a long flying career, he could never get past that pucker moment when the wheels of his Stearman left the ground and the air finally took hold of the biplane. The Stearman growled toward the sky, and he banked right, toward the Red River bottoms north of Center Springs. The workhorse crop duster was as familiar to Curtis as his Chevrolet pickup. His heart was pounding with excitement, not from the job, but from the thousands of dollars tucked in his shirt. He'd been flying the biplane since coming home from the Japanese theater in the Second World War, but for the first time in his life, he had the money to put down on a new plane. The last year of the decade, 1969, was less than 2 months away, looking to be a banner year at the Gaines castle. He was even thinking of asking his girlfriend to marry him. The 2 retrofitted canisters attached to the spray bar, hung just beyond each wing's aileron, were much smaller than the standard setup mounted below the wings. They didn't add any noticeable weight. The plane was light as a feather, an unusual feeling directly opposite of when he was spraying fields and loaded with liquid chemicals. The wind was cooler on his face than at ground level, and he breathed deeply. He flew to the western tip of Lake Lamar, Texas's newest water impoundment. The blue, dragon-shaped lake quickly came into view. It was the starting point of the experiment, funded by 2 men in dark suits from the Department of Agriculture waiting back at Curtis's dirt airstrip, along with the remainder of his money. He pushed the stick forward, as he'd done tens of thousands of times, and dropped 50 feet above the tree-lined lake, as instructed. He opened the valve and glanced backward, expecting to see the usual wide spread of thick mist. But this time, there were only 2 streams of vapor stretching out behind. Mr. Brown did most of the talking when they hired him that morning, but both well-dressed men told him not to expect the usual cloud. "We're testing air currents and water movement. We need you to drop low and spray the lake, then up along the river. The wind is from the northwest, and we need to see which distribution method reaches Chisholm first." "Won't that be dangerous?" Curtis had never been asked to do anything like that before. "I don't believe it's a good idea to put chemicals in the water." Blank-faced, Mr. Brown and Mr. Green exchanged glances. Mr. Green spoke up for the first time since they shook hands, talking around the ever-present cigarette in the corner of his mouth. "These canisters don't contain dangerous chemicals. They're full of microscopic metallic particles our scientists call gold dust. It will dissipate in the water without harming fish, animals, or humans. We have people at the pump station who will be testing for the particles to see how fast they reach Chisholm. It's all very scientific and as safe as Pepsodent." "Is it real gold?" "No, that's just what the eggheads in the research labs call it.